Let's see here. When are we live? Are we live? There we are. We're live. We're live here on the shot clock. We will be following along with you. Okay? Why is this all to the right here? I don't understand why this is like this. We will be following along Rockets Warriors with you throughout. We will be doing the play-by-play for the end of this game. We appreciate you, chat. Chat, what's up? I appreciate you, chat. I will be doing the end of this game. Rockets Warriors here live on YouTube. We're on TikTok. We will be giving you everything you need. So don't turn that dial. I'll be giving you play-by-play Rockets Warriors here in the fourth quarter. We're going to be doing this all playoffs. At least fourth quarters of close games. Sometimes we're going to be doing the whole second half. So I appreciate you, chat. Don't forget to like and follow the chat. We're here live on YouTube. We are here live on TikTok. Okay? So stick with me as we got you covered on this one. It's 71-69 Golden State. If you want to follow along on YouTube, and we're going to give you the game cast, the comprehensive game cast as we go, you can follow along on YouTube as well, and you can see as everything's going on. Okay? So keep that in mind as we have the exact score for you there on YouTube. So here we go. Rockets Warriors here. Rockets Warriors here down the stretch. Warriors trail by 2 with 11:48 remaining. Draymond inside. He's got Van Vliet on him. Draymond dances inside and he lays it up and in. 71 all here. And my Saturday night's going well, One Dad. I appreciate you, bro. We're here in the fourth quarter. 11:35 to go in a pivotal game 3 in Golden State in the Chase Center. Amen. Thompson forced one inside. He lost it. Draymond has it inside. He kicks it to Steph. Steph comes up the court. He's in the front court. He dances on Van Vliet. He's dancing on the top. He gives it up to Draymond on the short roll. Draymond kicks it back out. He doesn't want any part of it. He's already made his one way up. Kicks it into Steph. He kicks it out to Moody. He dances. He shakes. He fires a 3. Got it. Warriors lead by 3 as they come out firing here in the beginning of the fourth. The Mets did win, my friend. They did. Jimmy Butler in street clothes looking on. He's fired up. Huge game here for Golden State. If they could steal this one without Jimmy, they will be set up nicely for game 4, assuming he can get back. Steph gets the rebound. He's in the front court to post. He fires up a tray. Missed it. Rebound by Steven Adams over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet's now in the front court. Van Vliet with Buddy Hield on him. Van Vliet fires up a 3. He misses in and out. Rebound Thompson. Back to Van Vliet. Another 3. Missed it again. Rebound Brooks. He fires up a 3. That one's good. So the Warriors could not get a defensive rebound there. The Rockets get 3 chances. They tie up the game. We're tied at 74 with 10:22 to go. Steph is in the front court with Thompson hounding him. Draymond goes flying to the ground. I don't know what happened to him. Kicks it out. Hield an open corner 3. In and out. Rebound by Post. Post kicks it to Draymond. No one's guarding him. Back out to Post. He fires a 3. Nope. Rebounded by Van Vliet. He has it in the front court. Van Vliet wants to slow it down, but then he hesitates by Post. He kicks it out for a 3 to Jabari Smith, and he cans it in the corner. And the Rockets, just like that, they go back up 77-74. Under 10 minutes to go. Pivotal game 3. Steph Curry with Brooks on him in the front court. He's dribbling all over him. He wants to dance. He fires up a tray. Got it. Steph Curry cooks it up in front of Dillon Brooks right in his eye hole. 77 all with 9:33 to go. What a game we have here tonight. It's been an amazing game. I'm glad I get to do the play-by-play for you guys for this last 9:25 left. And if you want to drop your takes in the chat, don't forget to like and follow. I'll answer anything as we go as well. Van Vliet has it in the front court. He kicks it over to Smith. Inside Thompson. Oh, terrific defense by Draymond. Thompson gets his own rebound. Brooks with Post on him. Now he's got Curry. Curry steals it. Curry in the front court. Curry kicks it. Fires up a tray. In and out. And Hield saves it, but it's out of bounds, and it'll be Houston Rockets ball. And it's shit, you know what it is. You know when it's in your eye hole, it's in your eye hole, my friend, you know? And Steph just cooked him. He crossed him over, and he put it right in Dillon Brooks' eye hole. Just silly. Nasty. Filthy. Whatever term you want to use. Steph Curry is a killer. He passed Tony Parker for 10th all-time in NBA playoff points, by the way. You say Houston wins by 5. We're going to see. We're going to stick it right here. Draymond's on the floor with Steven Adams. It'll be a foul on Draymond. His second personal foul. Now, if you'd like to know who's on the court, if you're not watching this and following along here, if you could follow along here on the shot clock, I'll give you play-by-play. YouTube, you're following along with the score and the game cast as we do it visually as well. For the Rockets, it's Smith, Brooks, Sengun, Van Vliet, and Steven Adams. And for the Warriors, you got Post, Hield, Draymond, Steph Curry, and Moses Moody. Here's Van Vliet in the front court. Van Vliet in the paint. He kicks it back out to Brooks. Brooks is hounded by Curry. Brooks trying to do to Curry what he did to him. Brooks pulls up a 3, missed it. Rebound, Adams inside, he lays it up and in. Steven Adams still doing it in his 52nd season in the NBA. The guy will not go away. He's a brute, and he's been doing it a long time. He's a pro. Now Draymond in the front court. The Rockets by 2. Draymond back out to Steph. He kicks it to Moody. Over to Hield. Hield a 3. Got it! Buddy Hield drains the 3. It's 80-79 with 8:15 to go. This game is back and forth and back and forth. Now Van Vliet has it. He takes it into the front court. Moody on him. Van Vliet up in the hole. Oh, that pause. That sounded bad. My bad. Van Vliet now has it on the perimeter. Moody hounding him. Van Vliet takes it inside the paint. Van Vliet takes it around the hoop. And it's knocked out of bounds by Curry. With 5 on the shot clock, the Rockets will maintain possession. Steven Adams has Post on him, and you guys know Post is a good three-point shooter. He is not a great defender, and he is not a bruiser inside. That is a matchup, and when he's on the floor, rebounding is a problem for Golden State, and it was there on that possession. Golden State leads by 1, 7:56 remaining here with 14 on the shot clock. Now Gary Payton Jr. checks back in. Steph will take a breather. This is usually time they sit him for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, give him a little breather and get him rested for the final, 20 possessions of the game. Now Sengun has it. Sengun almost lost it. He's got Draymond on him. Back out to Jalen Green, who just checked back in. Jalen Green with Payton guarding him. Green up, and he lost it. Rebounded by Hield. The Rockets showing their inexperience here in the fourth quarter. Hield in the front court. Steven Adams on him. Hield just buried a 3 from the corner. And Adams steals the ball from Hield, and now he's taking it in. He Euros him, and he's fouled. Steven Adams turning back the clock here in the fourth quarter. As you heard Mark Jones there call it larcenous activity, and that's exactly what it was. Buddy Hield just got ripped. He took his lunch money, Steven Adams. Yo, Nord, Ant versus Curry would be crazy, and I would love every second of it. Steven Adams now going to the line. What minutes by Steven Adams he's giving you here in this fourth quarter. Adams' first free throw. Got it. We're tied at 80 here with 7:31 to go. He's always been underappreciated. He's been a really good basketball player. He's in the later stages of his career. Can't do as much as he used to do when he was on OKC. Obviously when he was in his heyday, but he's still an effective player for certain minutes. You want that milk money. He's taking it from him. Adams with his second free throw. It's up and good. 2 big free throws from Steven Adams. And the Rockets go back up 1. Draymond's bitching to the ref again. What else is new? If he doesn't complain to the ref about 20 times a game, the game's not a game. All right? Podminski checks back in for the Warriors, and he gives it up to Draymond in the front court. No Steph. Obviously, he's off the court right now. And no Jimmy, who's out for the game, as you know. The Warriors are going to have to find scoring somewhere. Podminski out to Moody. Moody stutter steps, kicks it inside, post a little floater, got it up and in. And the Warriors go back up by 1. Bob, you did say that. I'll give you credit, Bob. Shadur in the 5th. I'm happy he just went. I felt bad for him. You never want to see that. But we'll get to that later. Van Vliet, that was Post's first field goal of the game. Van Vliet now in the front court. He's on the 3-point line. He kicks it over to Adams, who's guarded by Post. Now Adams. Adams out to Brooks. Podminski hounding Brooks. Brooks on the perimeter. He kicks it to Van Vliet. Van Vliet with Draymond on him now on a switch. Van Vliet looking into Sengun. Sengun with a one-legged Jokic fadeaway air ball. Adams with another rebound, and he puts it in. They called it a shot clock violation. He did not get it off in time because it didn't hit the rim. But Steven Adams giving them great minutes here. And we're going to head to break with 6:46 to go. Warriors basketball, and they lead this 1 by 1. Wow, what a game. Yo, Chip, that prank call was dirty, bro. That was just dirty. And you know what? I don't mind prank calls. I think they're fucking hilarious normally, and I like them for the most part. There's been some good ones. The one on Caleb Williams was fire. That was an all-timer. This one was not cool. This one was wrong. Like, you just don't do that. When the dude's falling like that, he was so excited. When he's falling like that and you see he's going through it, you don't do that. But, you know what? You know what I'd say to those kids? Great parenting. It's great parenting. All right? My mama didn't raise me like that. She did not raise me like that. I might make a few pranks in my day, but I'm not going to do it to throw someone under the bus like that. To kick them while they're down. I don't do that. So, but I did like the Caleb Williams prank was fire. Thank you, Thank you, Shake. I appreciate you. We're going to get you through the rest of this game, so don't you worry. And I'll be here pretty much every night, at least the fourth quarter of these close games in the NBA playoffs. I might even give you a full second half. But I'm giving you at least the fourth quarter. Chip, you got to go check it out. Go check out the Shadur Sanders prank call. It's crazy. Any chance Draymond gets a double-double? What is he at right now, by the way? Let's check. I haven't even been following his stats. I know he's got he's got 7 and 7. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. That's what I would say. It's going to be very, very close. It's going to be close. That's going to be close. Yeah, it's a timeout, Shake. 82-81 Golden State, 6:41 to go. I will do play-by-play for Knicks game 3. You mean Knicks game? Yeah, tomorrow at 1. Yes, I will do play-by-play for the Knicks game tomorrow. Yes. I will at least do the second half. Maybe I'll do the full game. If enough people drop in the chat that they want to see me do the full game of Knicks Pistons tomorrow, I will do the full game. But I got to get at least 3 to 5 people in the chat that want me to do the full game, and I'll do it. And I'll do Lakers too, by the way. For sure, I'm doing Lakers second half. So, hit me up in the chat. Appreciate you, chat. If you want me to do full Knicks Pistons tomorrow, play-by-play, but I'll at least give you the second half. So I appreciate you, chat. Juice wants to know where's Laker fam at. Yeah, Miami's ready for Turks and Caicos. That's what they're ready for. David, I got Golden State, and I said this before. Houston is OKC of last year, but not even quite as good because they don't have anyone as good as Shea. Houston's not ready for this yet. My opinion. And I think if Jimmy played tonight, the Warriors would have won this game by 15. Jimmy's obviously a big key for Golden State. Without Jimmy, changes the series. Right? And Fran Brown is him. But without Jimmy, this is coming down obviously to it, but I still think the Warriors pulled it out. They're experienced. The Rockets are not ready for this. They're too young, and they don't have that alpha guy yet. They got to get that alpha guy. I think Amen Thompson has potential to be that. He's not there yet. Jalen Green, I think, is better suited as a second or third scorer. Van Vliet is more of a third guy. They have a bunch of guys Sengun is more of a second or third guy. They have a bunch of, good players. They don't have any great players. So I got the Warriors. I had the Warriors in this series. I had them in 6. And I still think they're going to win in 6, and I think they pull out this game. And I wouldn't be surprised the Rockets split these 2 games, but I think the Warriors could go into Houston and win a game anytime they want. So I got the Warriors in 6. What do you guys got in this series? Steph is back in the game, by the way. Smart move by Kerr. Long time out. Got him out for a couple minutes, and the Warriors have it in the front court. Here's Podminsky. Podminsky in the lane. Podminsky up and lays it up, and he gets fouled. I didn't see it. It was close. Was that do you think that was a foul? We got to see that. You got Warriors in 7, Rockets 7. Okay, I got you guys. Got you. Steph with 30 points on 11-19 shooting. Big game. Steph Curry. What else is new? In the playoffs, Podminsky going to the line to try to give the Warriors a 3-point cushion. 6:36 remaining. He's got 5 points in this game. He's had big games, as you've seen, as he bangs the first one. 83-81 Golden State, 6:36 to go. Now, Podminsky's been he's kind of been their de facto third scorer in a few of these games. In the play-in, in the playoffs. You know, they have Jimmy, they have Steph. He's kind of filled in as that de facto third guy. It's been terrific. Podminsky's second free throw missed it in and out. Rebounded by Tari Eason, who just checked in for Houston. Eason now dribbles it out. He gives it over to Van Vliet, who takes it into the front court. Van Vliet now on the wing. Van Vliet's got Moody draped all over him. He kicks it over to Sengun. And back in for the Warriors is Kevon Looney. Sengun now gets a switch with Moody hounding him. Sengun spins in the lane, lost it, kicks it back out. Just got it out. Van Vliet, a long three, a heave off the rim. Rebounded by Looney, and the Warriors control up 2 with just over 6 to go. Steph Curry in the front court. You know he's got on him, Dillon Brooks. He kicks it over to Moody for a 3. Short. Rebound Sengun. Sengun over to Jalen Green. Jalen Green, well, it's just this game's helter-skelter up and down. Jalen Green in the front court. Green almost lost the ball. He gets it over to Sengun. Sengun backs it down. Kicks it out to Brooks for 3. Got it. Dillon Brooks. You know what he likes to do. He ain't afraid. 84-83 Houston with 5:38 to go. Steph Curry in the front court. He almost walked, picked up his dribble, kicks it over to Gary Payton Jr. GP back to Steph, back to GP. GP inside, banks it in with the right hand. 85-84 Golden State. 5:23 to go. Playoff Steph is so tough. You already know. Here comes Tari Eason. He kicks it over to Jalen Green. Green's got GP2 on him. Holding it with 5:10 on the clock. Over to Sengun, who lays it up, and he gets fouled. Great pocket pass by Jalen Green, and now Sengun will head to the free throw line to try to put the Rockets up 1. Pivotal game 3. Golden State, Houston. This is a game that could turn the whole series right here. You already know. I think you know the stats. I think, 72% of series that are tied 1-1, the teams that win game 3 wins the series. Something like that. 69, 72, whatever it is. He hit the first one. It's not an and-1. He got fouled. He missed the layup. The first one, he missed it. Sorry, I thought he made it already. He missed the first one. So it's a 1-point game. Golden State up 1, 85-84. Sengun's second free throw to come. 5:09 remaining. 1-1 in the series. Sengun's second free throw. He's taking his sweet-ass time. What is he, Giannis over there at the free throw line? Let's go. Let's take the free throw. Jeez. Sengun's free throw. Short. Rebound Podminski. Sengun misses 2 huge free throws here with 5 minutes to go, and the Warriors still lead by 1. Steph Curry in the front court. He kicks it over to GP2. GP inside, lays it up and in with a circus shot. What a layup by GP, who's hit 2 buckets in a row. Here comes Jalen Green in the front court. Green out of control, and there's a foul. Dillon Brooks was just leveled off a screen there. And Payton just completely took him out. These teams, you know they do not like each other. They are physical. This has been a physical series. Anytime you got Dillon Brooks on one side and Draymond Green on the other side, you know it's finna get crazy and spicy in this series. You know that. This is not for the faint of heart. They're reviewing this call. That is not a flagrant foul. GP kind of ran into, if you're not watching this, GP2 kind of ran over Dillon Brooks, but he tried to hold up. It was not a flagrant play. This should be nothing more than a common foul. Should be much ado about nothing. But you know this, guys, in the NBA now, what do? They review every single call that is possibly questionable, which is why these games take 72 hours to complete. We don't need to review every call. Look at it up on the Jumbotron, and that's what they should be able to do, by the way. Good, you're watching on mute. I appreciate you. That's what you should do. Watch on mute, and I'll give you everything here. Tell me if you agree with this. Kyrie, I'm doing play-by-play. I talk a lot. And I do talk a lot, by the way, also. So it's kind of true. But you got to do that on a live stream. If you're not talking, if I'm just sitting here on a live stream, how's this? How's that? You like that? Is that exciting? Would you tune into that? I didn't think so. So, let's keep talking. Now, what I think they should do with those calls that are like not just so bang bang, you see it once, you already know. Let the refs look up at the replay on the Jumbotron. You know they always show them, right? They always show them. Watch the replay real quick. Say, you know what? Make a determination. If you think it's worth going to the monitor because it's close, okay, fine. If you think it's like as obvious as that's a common foul, you should just be able to just keep it moving. Let's keep it pushing. Why are we wasting time? We're on a commercial break right now. Why are we on a commercial break? We're seeing New Degree whole body deodorant. Why do we need that? We don't need that. Let's get back to play. Let's get back to the game. It's Saturday night. Anyone who's up watching this game and isn't out partying right now or isn't chilling with their significance or whatever, you're on a date, whatever you're doing, you want to watch this game. We don't want to see a commercial. Yes, I'm going to stay hydrated. I got you right here. How's that? I appreciate you, One Dad. I got you on the hydration. I got it right here. Yo, Chip, that is NBA money. You know they love that. You right. You right. You know they love that. They want as many commercials as possible. It's so easy, though. All you got to do is look up at the jumbo and say, you know what? Hey, that's a common foul. Let's keep it pushing. But they don't want to do that. They want more commercials. So we got 87-84 Golden State. 4:51 to go. For those just tuning in here on the shot clock, we're giving you play-by-play through the rest of this one. We'll give you play-by-play tomorrow for Knicks Pistons. We'll give you play-by-play for Timberwolves Lakers. We're giving you it all. We do second halves of games. That's what we do here on the shot clock. We let you enjoy the first half casually, chilling, maybe a drink, maybe some food. You don't need me yapping all through the first half, but you know what you need? You need some entertainment there in the second half. So you come here for the second half. And that's what we got you. We got you here, last 4:51. We got you all second half, Knicks, Pistons, Lakers, Timberwolves tomorrow. They love the Rockets, the refs? Listen, here's one thing I would say about the refs, chat. I don't get too caught up in the refs unless the calls are so bad. Because you know what? It's not worth arguing. At the end of the day, what does it mean? Okay, the refs made a couple bad calls. You know what? What's going to happen? No one's going to care tomorrow, the next day. So you got to find a way to win the game even when the calls are bad. Because it doesn't mean anything. You're just making excuses then, and you're making excuses for your team losing. So you could go, yo, the Rockets only lost because of the calls. You know how long that lasts? What, 12 hours? Then after that, nobody cares, and they're out of the series. So that's the way it goes. Yo, Chip, TNT, let him complain, because I'm going to be here. I'm coming for their jobs, the TNT. No, they do a great job on TNT. And they got Billis on there right now. Billis is terrific on college and the NBA. Dylan Brooks gets the line for two, hits the first. So they just called it a common foul. Shocker. And Dylan Brooks cuts it to 2, 87-85. The second one is coming. 4:51 remaining of this game 3. Dylan Brooks' second free throw is up and good. The Rockets cut the lead to 1. Warriors 87, Rockets 86. Steph Curry has it. Van Vliet on him. Curry into the front court. Curry wants a screen from Draymond. He comes around the screen. They love the short roll. He kicks it over Podminski. They cover it well, the Rockets. Back to Steph. Steph with Jalen Green on him now. That's the matchup he wants. He dances on Green. He's inside. Steph kicks it back out. Wide open GP for 3. Got it! And the Warriors take a 4-point lead with 4:25 to go. GP 3 or 2, excuse me. I don't want to get ahead of myself. GT2 with 12 points. He's had a huge fourth quarter. 5 of 7 from the field. Rockets down 4. Van Vliet in the front court. Van Vliet over to Dylan Brooks. Brooks in the lane. Throws up a shot blocked by Draymond. And he just taunts Dylan Brooks right in his mug. Warriors fans going crazy. Steph in the front court. Steph's got Thompson on him. He now switches to Sengun. Steph kicks out back a 3. Short. Rebound GP2. He is all over the place right now. Gets it over to Draymond. Draymond around Brooks. Draymond inside. Kicks it to Podminski. And they call a foul. Stoppage of play. Yo, Baby Glove. You right, Baby Glove. Yo, GP is one of those guys that can't stay healthy. Unfortunately for him. Now Brooks is fouled out of the game. Wow. Where's Kuminga on the bench where he typically is? You know Kerr don't like him. He ain't playing him down the stretch. Dylan Brooks is fouled out. That's a huge loss for Houston there. Huge loss for Houston. Huge loss for Houston. They bring Jabari Smith back in over to Draymond. Draymond out to Podminski. He's got GP2 wide open for a dunk and he flushes it through. The Warriors have pulled away a little bit with a 6-point lead. Timeout, Houston. GP is in the crowd. GP's 2's dad is up clapping. He's fired up in the crowd. Who took Butler's spot? Let me double check for you. Kuminga did take a spot. That's right. I forgot he started the game. He's only played 17 minutes, though. Really, Heald and Moody have played most of those minutes. So, he started Kuminga. But, you know, listen, Kuminga's a feast or famine guy for them right now. They don't want to play Kuminga. They don't trust him. Steve Kerr doesn't trust him. And Kuminga has a ton of talent. Ton of talent. Absolutely ton of talent. Curry's got 30. He's got 30. 11 to 21 from the field. Kuminga's got a ton of talent, but the problem is, it seems to me that he's like one of those guys who has a bunch of great games, and then he has a bunch of games where he does stuff that makes you shake your head. And then Kerr can't take that. Because the problem is, that's fine for a team that's like learning to win, that's a young team. That maybe is a team that's not a playoff team, or a team that's barely a playoff team. Not for the Warriors who are trying to win a championship. They can't handle that. Steph, Draymond, those guys aren't going to have that. But GP2 has stepped up huge in Jimmy Butler's absence. 14 points, 6 of 8 shooting, including 9 here in the fourth quarter. And Steve Kerr has run some terrific sets here in the fourth. And Gary Payton has responded with his pops in the crowd, loving it. Yeah, exactly. Kuminga plays like he thinks he's the best player on the team, and that's the problem. You have to have a role. You're not going to be the best player when you have Steph and Jimmy. Here's Van Vliet in the front court as we're back from break. 3:31 to go. Van Vliet gets a screen from Sengun. Kicks it over to Green. They set up a beautiful play, and he bricks a 3. Rebound GP2, who's seemingly everywhere right now. He kicks it over to Steph. Steph in the front court kicks it over to Podminski. Podminski over to Hield. Back over to Green. Back over to GP2. GP2 with Smith on him. Go over to Steph. Steph's got Green on him. Steph fires a 3. Got it! Oh, right in his eye hole. Steph Curry with his 33rd point puts the Warriors up 9 with under 3 to go, and it's unraveling here for Houston. Sengun floater banks it home. A huge shot there for Sengun and the Rockets as they cut the lead back to 7. Podminski now takes it to the front court. 95-88 Golden State. Podminski all the way to the rim, and he gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. Sengun just does not have the foot speed on those pick and rolls to stick with these Warrior guards. And that's the problem with Sengun. He's a terrific player, great offensive player, but when he gets stuck on one of those guards, he does not have the foot speed. Podminski remains on the floor here as he got hammered. Got hammered in the face. He got him in the air. Got hit in the back of the head, it looks like. A lot of contact there from Sengun. Not anything malicious, though. Podminski now peels himself off the floor. Who do you think gets him up? Draymond. Draymond peels him off the floor. Steph Curry, what a shot here. A ridiculously quick release. What footwork. This is what Steph just did to Jalen Green. No dribbles. Gets it off a screen. Gives him a jab. Gets his head into his body. Looks at him and puts it in his eye hole. And now he's shaking his head. He's looking at the crowd. And you know what time it is for Chef. The Chef is out here cooking with 2:43 to go. 95-88 Golden State. Steph with 33 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, as only Steph could do. He knew he needed to step up in all ways without Jimmy, and he's done that. Podminski cans the first free throw. 96-88 Golden State. Yo, he gave him the business, Chip. He gave him the... I don't want to curse like crazy on here. I don't want to say... He gave him the you-know-what business. Podminski cans the second one. 97-88 Golden State as they show Jimmy in his Aloe fit on the bench. You know he's got that brand partnership. He's got that little money. He got that bag from Aloe. He's got Aloe full fit. Jalen Green over to Thompson. Thompson in the paint. Kicks it to Van Vliet. Got to hit that 3. Got it. Corner 3 for Van Vliet. Cuts it to 6. Must have for Houston there. Game's not over yet. Podminski over to Hield. Kicks it to Draymond. Draymond gets it into the front court just to beat the 8-second clock. 97-91 Warriors, 2:14 to go. Draymond gets a screen from Steph. He wants Steph around the screen. Draymond picks up his dribble, kicks it over to Podminski. Podminski in the lane, little baby jumper, got it! Front rim, dropped in, and Podminski has come up big here late as well. Warriors back up by 8 with under 2 to go. Amen Thompson now gets it into the front court. Rockets are running out of time. Thompson with Hield on him. He takes it right to him. Over to Sengun. Sengun up. Blocked by Green, and he stepped out of bounds, and the Warriors get the ball. Terrific defensive play from Defensive Player of the Year finalist Draymond Eldridge Green. I actually made that up. I don't know if that's his middle name at all, but it sounded funny. So I went with it. Warriors now and Draymond in the front court. Steph coming off 53 screens here. Foul away from the ball. It looks like it's on Jabari Smith. Oh, they have blood, it looks like. There's blood on the court. So someone's elbow's bleeding. It looks like it's Steph. They're going to tend to him real quick. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. Yo, Aunt Curry would be fire. I want to see that so bad. Appreciate you, chat, for being here. Warriors, Rockets, Game 3, down to the wire. Warriors now lead by 8. We appreciate you coming in here on the Shot Clock. Don't forget to like and follow the chat and drop any of your takes, any comments in the chat below. When did Draymond and Charles go back and forth? I know they do this we've seen this a million times. What happened? Tell me. I didn't hear it. Podminsky inbounds it to Draymond. Draymond with Sengun on him. He's dancing on him. Draymond wants to cook. He kicks it out, and Steph gets fouled away from the ball. 4th foul on Van Vliet. It's side out as the Warriors are not yet in the penalty. So side out for the Rockets. Podminsky will inbound it. He gets it right into Draymond. 13 on the shot clock. Draymond around Sengun. Draymond kicks it to Moody. Back to Draymond. 7 on the clock. Draymond with Thompson. Thompson, he's called for a foul. It looked like he ripped him clean. But they call a foul, and now Draymond will head to the line as they get in the bonus. Let's see the replay here. Is this a foul? Ooh, that looked like a clean play to me. Let's see if they try to challenge this. I don't know if they have their challenge left. They're not going to challenge. I think I might try. It's tough. Are they going to challenge? I think they're challenging. Are they challenging? They either call timeout or they're challenging. They're looking at it. Udoka wants a challenge. I think it's a good one. Very close play. It looked like he picked him clean, to be honest with you. And unfortunately, if they call it a steal and it's not a foul, Thompson would have had a full runway to the hoop. He would have had a dunk. So, very unlucky there for Houston. Very unlucky. What a game here in Game 3. Rockets Warriors, we appreciate you tuning in here on the Shot Clock. We got your play-by-play all the way down the stretch of this one. I can't speak. I've been talking too much, I can't speak. We got your play-by-play second half Knicks Pistons tomorrow. And if enough of you want it in the chat, and you say in the chat you want the full play-by-play for all Knicks Pistons, you tell me, I got you tomorrow on that too. We'll at least give you second half, though. I need enough people in the chat to tell me they want it. Give you second half Knicks Pistons tomorrow, and I will give you Lakers T-Wolves second half as well. So come here. You want to hear the play-by-play, and you want to hear the best. You rocking with the best. And I love Jay Billis, and I like Mark Jones. Mark Jones is one of my favorites, by the way. Love Mark Jones. But you want to come here, because I'm going to give you everything you need. I'm going to give you everything. And we're going to have some fun with it as well. Draymond said, I can tell Charles said, oh, you know who was asking about? No, yo, bro, Chip. That was at the All-Star game, I think, last year. It was at last year's All-Star game. That had me crying, bro. That had me crying. That was one of the funniest lines. And you know, Chip, what was the funniest thing about that? And by the way, tell your dad he's wrong, because the Rockets have a lot of talent. They have a ton of talent. Winning playoff games is not all about talent. Tell you that. What had me crying the most about that? Draymond obviously said what he said. But Barkley did not know he was going to say that. That was unscripted improv off the top of his head, quick on his feet. And he said quickly, you know who was thinking about you? Nobody. Who was asking about you? Nobody. That's quick-witted. That Chuck. But you know nobody does that better than Chuck. After review? Oh, wow, they overturned the call. So the Rockets will get the ball. It is a no call. Coach's challenge overturned. I told you that would get overturned. I thought it was a good challenge. Unfortunately, he would have had a runway to the hoop and they would have had a dunk, but you know what? At least they got the ball. So a huge change there. Draymond would have been going to the line for 2 to put them up 10. Instead, the Rockets get the ball back, and they needed it. And they needed it. 99-91, Golden State. Thompson in the front court. He's racing into the front court. He kicks it over to Sengun. Sengun, little floater jump shot off the front rim. No good. Draymond the rebound. And the Rockets are running out of time. 1:16 to go with Steph with the ball. 99-91, Golden State. Steph in the front court with Van Vliet on him. Steph dribbling out. You know they're going to take every second of that shot clock. Steph gets a screen from Draymond. He's dancing on Van Vliet. He throws up a floater. No good. Rebound Podminski. What a rebound. He floats it up. Can't get it. And it goes out of bounds. Houston ball with 57 to go. But they took a lot of time off the clock. They took a lot of time off the clock here. Rockets now inbound the ball. Van Vliet has it. Van Vliet in the front court. Van Vliet dancing with Podminski. He throws it up. Thompson way up to stairs. Lays it up. Oh, he missed it. And he put it back in. So now it's a 6-point game. Warriors inbound the ball. Steph in the front court. Under 45 seconds to go. They double team Steph. Steph, they're trying to foul. It looks like they want to foul Draymond if they can. He gives it back to Steph. Now they can't foul. 12 on the clock. Steph, a level screen by Draymond. Steph dances, pulls up, missed the 2. Rebound Van Vliet. Under 30 seconds to go. They need a 3 badly. He kicks it back out. And he throws it away to Draymond, who kicks it to GP, who reverse slams it in, and that'll do it. The Warriors go up by 8 with 20 seconds to go. Van Vliet now in the front court, kicks it over to Thompson, loses it. Podminski on the ground, and they call timeout, and the Warriors have it with 14 seconds to go. This one is all but over. The Golden State Warriors. Draymond with some terrific defensive plays. What up, Meech? How we doing, brother? The Warriors are on the cusp of going up 2-1. The pivotal Game 3. The Game 3 that usually determines who wins a series in a 1-1 series. I think Jimmy should be back for Game 4. They don't seem to think that, if anything, one more game, but I would say it's more than likely he'll be back Game 4. It's really a pain tolerance thing. Similar to what Steph had with the bone contusion he had in his, butt bone, in his derriere bone, in his caboose bone, So it's just a pain tolerance thing. He's got no fractures, nothing's wrong with him. But when you get, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be limping around there. Not on there. So, Warriors up by 8 with 13-9 to go. This game is all but over. The Warriors have the ball. It was not a bad injury rate, and it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. If you saw it live, he came down from, about the 8th floor. Landed right on his, his backside there. You see what I'm getting at, Kimberly, right? You see what I'm getting at. I'm not trying to, I don't want to say it, but I'm alluding to it. Yeah, Bruce Heine ain't fun. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, chat. So Thompson got called for a tech just to rub salt in the wound. This game's over anyway. Steph will just hit his free throw as he normally does. Give him 34 points, 102-93, Golden State, 13.9 to go. They will inbound the ball. They're going to go up 2-1 in this 7-game series, and the Rockets are basically facing a must-win game on Monday night. A must-win game on Monday night. And that's why I took the Warriors to win this series. I had the Warriors in 6, and I feel just as comfortable with that as I did when I picked it. Draymond inbounds the ball. He gets it into Steph, who's fouled by Thompson. Now, the Rockets are very athletic. They play very fast, and they are also a very physical team. For a young team, they're like the Pistons in a way. They have more talent than the Pistons. Pistons have the best player. They have more talent than the Pistons. But they're both similar in terms of their athleticism and physicality. Very physical teams. Who's winning the chip? I think I would be shocked. I will be shocked. You can tell me your real name if you want. Otherwise, I'm just going to call you Star. I will be shocked as Steph hits the first free throw, puts him up by 10. If it's not Boston, OKC in the final, I'd be shocked. I don't think anyone's beaten OKC in the West, and I think Boston is going to outlast Cleveland in the East. And I think Boston wins for the second year in a row, and I think they beat OKC in the finals. That's what I think. What do you think? Steph hits both free throws, 11-point game. This one's just going to be dribbled out here. Thompson to the rim, pulls up for a jumper, no good. Rebound healed, and this one is over. The Golden State Warriors, as Steph is pumping up the crowd, go up 2-1 in this 7-game first-round series. They win it 104-93 in the Chase Center. Yo, bro, Steph is 37, bro. It is crazy. Crazy. I'll give you the stats for tonight for you guys not paying attention. You guys need some stats. Steph with 36 points, 12 of 23 shooting, 5 of 13 from 3, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks and a steal, and a plus 18 on the game. What do you think about that for the chef? Healed at 17 points off the bench, 5 threes, had a really good game. And Gary Payton Jr., the unsung hero, 16 points, including 11 in the fourth quarter, 7 of 9 shooting. He had a terrific game. And Draymond, we're going to listen to Steph real quick. If you can hear it, tell me. Get you Steph right here.
No Jimmy tonight. How did you pull it off? This resiliency and, the idea that it wasn't going to, this series, no game is going to be pretty.
You hear him? Steph averaging 30, I think, in this series.
With the runs, we had 22 points, like halfway through the first half, and you're looking at like how we're going to score. You just stick with it and make
So,
it and the shots start to fall.
7-game series, Matt. Yes, you're right, but you know what? That game three typically tells the story. You know the 2 most important games of a 7-game series that's close. Game 3, Game 5. Who wins the 1-1 game? Who wins the 2-2 game if there is one? Well, the Warriors took the first one. They're up 2-1 now, and now they have a chance to put this series on the brink in Game 4 in a must-win game now for Houston. And the Warriors may get Jimmy back. So if you're Houston, you have to think this might have been your best chance to steal one in Golden State. Without Jimmy. The Warriors, we've seen the Warriors this year without Jimmy. They're a playing team. Or they're a playing team anyway, but you know what I'm saying. They're 10 games worse without Jimmy. Maybe 15. Rockets are cooked. I agree with you, Yeshua. I agree. So, Yeshua, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're the Rockets tonight, you need to, obviously you split the first 2 games, so you got to win one in Golden State in the Chase Center. If you were going to win one, what was your best chance? The game they didn't have Jimmy. You didn't win it. I don't like their chances right now. And I think Golden State goes in and puts the hammer down on Monday and puts this series at a 3-1 and gives the Rockets, basically, we go back to Houston with the Rockets licking their wounds. Exactly, Alex. Now Jimmy comes back. I think personally, Raiden, Golden State still wins this in 6. I think Houston gets Game 5. But I think Golden State will take care of business on Monday. Yo, listen, danger. The Rockets are a young team, and they got a lot of guys with like, a vibe. Attitude, I want to say. Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, as you know. Thompson, Sengun a little bit. They got an edge. They're an edgy team. So, they're an edgy team, as I'm just going to put on ESPN here. They're an edgy team. So, they're going to... Listen, when you play these games, right? When you play these playoff games, and you haven't been there before. No, Brooks ain't bad. Brooks is a good player, no question. But when you play these playoff games and you haven't been there before, and you get a couple bad calls, and the crowd starts to get on you, and now you think the refs are against you because it's Golden State, that gets in your psyche. You can't let that get in your psyche. I think it's Boston over OKC. That's what I have in the finals. Boston over OKC. What do you got? Warriors have the experience, exactly, Guicho. They've been there before. Or Gaicho, you tell me how you pronounce your name. So you need that experience. And when it's your first time there, it's so hard. Look at OKC last year. And OKC was a hell of a lot better last year than the Rockets are this year. And they got taken out in round 2. So you can't, the one thing you can't replace and you can't kind of manufacture is experience. And they don't have it. So I think the Rockets are going to have trouble. I think they're going to have trouble. Do I think the Lakers are done, NASA? I don't think they're done. I think they'll win Game 4, actually. And we're going to go back to LA for Game 5. I think this is going 7, that series. And I had the Lakers in 7 when I started it. I could see Minnesota winning that series. I think it's very possible. And I would probably... I think it's going to be a toss-up at this point. I didn't think Minnesota was going to play this well in the series this early, and they've impressed me. They've really impressed me. I knew how good Ant was, obviously. But I thought this was a tough matchup for them because the Lakers play small ball a lot of times, and that means they would have to take Gobert off the floor. Well, you know what? They got no issues with that. They put Naz Reid out there, and they're hooping. What up, Kenny? How we doing, bro? Yeshua, I've heard that Jimmy is looking to come back next game. Yes, it's not 100%. But I think it's trending in that direction. Do I think the Cavs are frauds? Definitely not frauds. Definitely not frauds. I think they're gonna give Boston everything they can handle. But I think Boston pulls it out. I think Boston wins in 6. I think Boston wins in 6. But I don't think that's a walkover series by any stretch. Appreciate you, chat. Don't forget to like and follow the chat. Drop your takes. We're gonna be here with you every single close NBA playoff game. Now, it's an absolute blowout. It's destruction. I don't need to be coming on here doing play-by-play. Maybe we'll come and just chat about the series and stuff. I'm going to be doing that during the week when there's no games. We'll just be talking games. We'll be talking ball because we know ball on here, and that's what we do. But when it's a close game, down the stretch, second half, fourth quarter, I'm on here. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Knicks Pistons, I got you covered. Second half, play-by-play. Lakers T-Wolves, I got you covered. Second half, play-by-play. This is where you want to be. The shot clock. So I appreciate you, chat. I think Jimmy plays. Yes, Jimmy plays Monday, Warriors win, I think for sure. But I still think they can win even without him. I just don't think the Rockets are ready for this environment and everything that comes with this whole thing. You have not been there yet. Next year, they'll be better for it. If you think about it, if you're a Rockets fan or you root for the Rockets for whatever it means, this was the best team the Rockets could have played this year because it'll give them the experience for next year. They weren't going to be ready to win this year anyway. But you're playing Golden State. That is the biggest lesson. That is the hardest lesson you got to learn, and they'll be ready for anything next year. And they may have KD on their team also, which would help. So we'll see if that happens. We'll see if they get that big-time alpha player. You've been saying Rockets in 6. Well, you better hope. That means they're going to win the next 4. Excuse me, the next 3. So you think the Rockets are going the next 3 in a row? Is that you're sticking with that? You're standing on that, Nick? You standing on that? Who's the GOAT? All right, Nick, I appreciate you. Listen, I appreciate you standing on your business. I had Warriors in 6 before the series, and I'm standing on that. So mine looks a little better than yours right now. But I appreciate you standing on it. Don't get off that island. You don't need to get off that island. Although I think you're going to be wrong. Who's the GOAT? It's so close. And I'm not one of these guys who's going to shit on one player and give you. I think it's super close. I think you can make an argument for both guys. It depends on what you like. It's like, do you like blondes or brunettes? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you like what kind of people, what kind of partner, women, if for those of you who are, whatever. It's what your flavor is, what you like. You want the history, you want the longevity, you want the stats, you want the career, you're taking LeBron. You want the chips, you want the dominance, the scoring dominance, you're taking MJ. Just depends on what you want. Depends on what you want. Personally, I'm going to give you my top 10 right now before I get up out of here in a little. Okay? I'm going to give you my top 15, actually. All right? I agree, Danger, flip of the coin. And I would slightly probably give MJ. Slightly. But it's like this. And if LeBron got that 5th chip, I think that would take him there. So I would go my top 10, no particular order. Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Wilt, Russell. That's 5. Bird, Magic, 6, 7. Curry, 8. Tim Duncan, 9. Shaq, Kobe tied for 10. That's my top 10. Then I'd go Jokic, 11. Giannis, 12. KD, 13. Olajuwon, 14. And Dirk, 15. That's my top 15. What do y'all have to say about that? Who's got a problem with it? Who challenges something? Curry always saves the Warriors, Sahaj. You know that. He's a bad man. You know how bad that dude is. He always saves the Warriors. We're here on the Shot Clock. Don't forget to like and follow the chat. I appreciate you, chat. We're on live on YouTube as well. We're going to be doing play-by-play of the second halves of every close game in these NBA playoffs. So stay tuned for that. Tune in tomorrow for Knicks Pistons. We live. What's my opinion on Kuminga? I think he's got a world of talent. But like someone in the chat said earlier, I thought it was a great point. He comes on the court and tries to be the best player. He thinks he's the best player. Which, listen, you want to have the confidence to think you're the best player. But there's a difference between having that confidence and then also settling into your role and waiting your turn. He doesn't want to wait his turn. And his time is not now. This is a win-now team with Steph and Jimmy. So I think it's a mixed bag with him, and I think that's where he gets himself in trouble with Coach Kerr. Shaq is better than Kobe, says Kenny. I think they're tied. That's where I have him. Have them exactly tied. I think Warriors in 6, Sahaj. I said it before the series, and I'm going to keep it that way. GP2 came up huge tonight, fellas. Huge, especially in that fourth quarter. He came up huge. So shout out GP2. Hell of a game for him. Hell of a game. Don't forget to like and follow the chat. I appreciate you, chat. Draymond was hella crazy on defense tonight in the fourth quarter. Listen, Draymond, he's a lot of things. He's got some screws loose up there, as you know, right? But he's a hell of a defender. He's a heck of a defender. And he's one of those guys, if you hate him if he's on the other team, but you want him on your team. Because he's going to go fight. He's going to have everyone's back on your team. And he plays his ass off every game. So, appreciate you, chat. Don't forget to like and follow the chat. I will be back tomorrow for second half of Knicks Pistons and then Lakers T-Wolves. Let's see what time. I think Knicks Pistons is at 1. Let's just check this real quick. Check this real quick. 27th. Okay, so Knicks Pistons at 1, Lakers T-Wolves at 3:30, Celtics Orlando Magic at 7, and Bucks Pacers at 9:30. We have a full slate tomorrow. Full slate. Michael, I don't buy into, I'm taking, by the way, before Michael gets to you, I took the Clippers in 6. I'm going to stick with it. I think they're the better team. I think they got robbed a little bit today. I think they're the better team. Michael, with Houston, you can't buy, if you get too caught up in the fouls, you're going to lose. There's no point in arguing it. The Warriors are the 4-time champ. They're at home. They're going to get the calls. That's home court advantage. That's home court advantage. You got to overcome that. When you make excuses for yourself in anything in life, all you're doing is losing. Nobody cares. Right? Like we could talk about it on the chat, but at the end of the day, still they're going to lose. No one's going to be like, "Oh yeah, well we're going to give it to the Rockets cuz they got screwed." No one's going to do that. So you got to overcome it. Good calls, bad calls. It's the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? And I got the Knicks over the Pistons. I was worried about the series for the Knicks standpoint going in. I didn't think they were playing good ball. Their offense hasn't clicked in a while. Obviously, they have trouble sometimes on the defensive end, and the Pistons have had their number this year, and they're a very physical team. But I think the Knicks found something in Game 3. And I think this series is all but over now. Because that's what they needed to find. Offensively, they found something. Because it couldn't just be Jalen dribbling around for 20 seconds and hoisting up a tough shot or trying to get fouled or flipping the ball out for a miracle 3 to someone. Couldn't be that. You need the entire offense to be involved. You need Towns to get 20 to 30. You need Bridges to get 15 to 20. You need OG to get 15 to 20. And they all did that in Game 3. And I think the Knicks found something. And if they continue playing like that tomorrow, this series will be over in 5. That's how I feel about it. Pacers or Bucks? I got the Pacers. I don't think the Bucks have enough. They just can't play defense enough. Can they play defense enough in this series to win this series? I just don't see it. I don't see it. When does fantasy football start? Well, I have my dynasty draft tomorrow, by the way. I'm in 2 dynasty leagues. I have my dynasty draft in one of my leagues tomorrow afternoon at noon. So I'll be doing that for the first part of the Knick game, too. I have 3 first-round picks in that league. So we'll see. I can't wait, though. I love fantasy football. I love dynasty. I love redraft. I love everything. For those of you who don't do dynasty leagues, you should do it. Draymond and... I missed that. Sorry. Give me that again. Draymond and Jalen Green fought Harden and yeah, Gordon fought. Yeah, true. Well, I have the 7th and 9th and the 12th pick, so I don't know. It depends on who people draft, obviously. I would take Genty number 1 overall. That's what I would do if I had the number 1 pick, but I don't. So, yo, Sahaj, I think the Rockets are in trouble anyway. That was the game they had to win. No Jimmy. Game 3 of a 1-1 series, that's the game you got to steal back. If you're not going to get the game without Jimmy, it's not looking good. It is not looking good. But I don't think the Bucks are going to play enough defense to win that series. I think the Pacers the Pacers also have a great home court. Great home court. One of the best home courts in the NBA, to be honest with you. Who's the most underrated pick? Draft pick? Fantasy-wise or NFL-wise? What do you mean? Appreciate you, chat. Don't forget to like and follow the chat. Drop your takes in the chat. We'll be on here a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to get up out of here, and I'll be back for the second half of Knicks Pistons tomorrow, so tune in for that. We're here live on the Shot Clock, on YouTube, on TikTok. Yo, Jaden, they can't shoot, bro. They don't have him. They don't have him. Fantasy? Most underrated pick. I like a couple running backs a lot. I like Caleb Johnson, the running back of Iowa. He's going to be on the Steelers. He's going to be the lead back there. Jalen Warren and him, and I think he's going to get the lion's share. I like Jaden Blue, the running back who went to Dallas. He's got another gear, bro. And Dallas really, I know they got Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, but those guys are not. He could beat them out of that job. Those guys are mid. So that's a 5th-round pick I like. And I like R.J. Harvey to the Broncos as well, another running back. Because he's going to be battling with Estime, who did not look too impressive last year. So I think those would be my 3 sleepers. You never doubted the Warriors in this series, Iravas. I did not either. I picked them in 6, and I stand by that now. I appreciate you, chat. Don't forget to like and follow the chat. We're here on the Shot Clock, live on YouTube, on TikTok. We'll be back tomorrow for the second half. Knicks Pistons, Timberwolves Lakers. If the Celtics Magic game is close, maybe even if the Pacers Bucks game is close, we'll be here. So don't go anywhere else. You don't need another anything. You don't need another streaming platform for the NBA playoffs, because I got you.
Oh, by the way, my dad's with someone and
I got you. All right? So, do I think the Bucks will get eliminated in the first round and Giannis leaves? I think both those things happen, yes. I think they get eliminated, and I think Giannis is out. I do. And I think they completely rebuild there. They'll trade Dame. They'll trade Giannis. You know, I think that's what's going to happen. I appreciate you, chat. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Tune in here on the Shot Clock at, Game 3's over. Warriors won 104-93. Tune in here, I'd say around second half next 2 p.m., 2:30. I'd say something like that, maybe 2:30. I'll be on here. I'll be doing play-by-play of the second half of Knicks Pistons, and we'll be rocking you and giving you everything right through the entire day of the NBA playoffs tomorrow. I appreciate you, chat. Have a great night. Shot Clock is out. And my girl is sleeping on the couch there. I had like 150, 200 people in the chat there.
Nice, babe. Time to shower.
They love my play-by-play.
Time to shower.
Do you like my play-by-play?
I love it. It's like I live for it.
No, you don't. You hate it.
Something that I dream about. I wake up and I say I need Justin's play-by-play.
Get out of here. They love it on the chat. Now we stop this here.